The crack of muskets and the smell of burnt powder in the wind means the National Muzzleloading Rifle Association has returned to Friendship, Indiana. Ethan Sandweiss reports on the event, which draws thousands of people to shoot, craft, and trade in antique firearms.
It's the NMLRA's Spring National Shoot, and visitors and vendors are flocking to southern Indiana.
It's just a big, kind of a huge family that comes together twice a year here at our national competitions, and everybody just has a really good time and help one another.
Mike Yazel has been coming to these shoots since he was 3 years old. He met his wife here, and together they brought their kids to Friendship as fourth-generation members.
History is a big part of our project, is keeping the early American history together and keeping people realizing, you know, how things were done, how simple it was done, and trying to bring that to another generation.
The NMLRA isn't quite as old as the guns its members prize. It's just turning 90 this year. The spring event pulls in sharpshooters, craftspeople, and history enthusiasts from all over the world to this small town 9 miles outside of Versailles. Several thousand people stay at campsites. Thousands more attend as day trippers.
What brings them back just is that variety of individuals that are here, and the stories around the campfires, and just the multitude of things you can see here.
Yazel says there are at least 15 disciplines to compete in, including axe throwing and archery. But not everyone's here to compete. The festival is also a gathering place for craftspeople who specialize in historically accurate clothing, powder horns, canoes, rifles, and bows.
Most of the early Native American bows looked like this because they were easy to build, quick to build, and powerful enough to kill small game, even a deer, about 35 pounds.
Navio Eccolini gave up shooting when he developed fibromyalgia, but it hasn't stopped him from crafting. His interest took off when he first came to Friendship in 1968 and met a man carrying a Kentucky rifle, a long muzzle-loaded gun from the 1700s.
Where'd you get that? Oh, I built it on my kitchen table last winter. Oh my God, where'd you get the parts? Right over there. My heart was beating so fast.
For some, the spring shoot is a family affair. Kids hone their survival skills and even compete with adults.
The muzzleloader shooting's really fun. This year I can actually hold it up. They're really, really heavy.
It's important for me, for my boys, to learn outdoor skills and learn how to shoot and hunt, and it's just been a part of what our family did growing up.
The outfits are really, really cool. There's so many different varieties, so many different time periods that come here.
If it's not their cup of tea, it's not their cup of tea. I get that, but at the same time, you know, just spending time together and then learning about history and learning about firearms from history, and once again, learning to slow down some and appreciate the past.
You just really kind of get to walk back in time, and I think you'll find in the primitive area, even more so than the rest of the property, that people are probably more willing to sit down and share and talk to you.
During the rest of the year, the NMLRA runs a museum and maintains the 550-acre property for primitive weapons practice. The crowds will all be gone by Sunday, but Yazel says they'll return in September for the fall shoot. For Indiana News Desk, I'm Ethan Sandweiss.
In addition to organizing annual shoots, the group holds classes on gun making, maintains a library and museum, and hosts historical reenactments.